Alright, how y'all doing today?
Oh, good.
Alright, first off, I just want to say Mr. Tyrone came down to Alan Belcher's camp with us down in Biloxi, Mississippi. We did a seminar with you, got to train with you personally. I just wanted to say thank you for that. And my first question was kind of for all three of y'all. DJ, you're talking about your mental game being the strongest part of your game. I just wanted to know from all three of y'all, what do y'all do kind of to develop having that strong mentality and fighting and everything like that?
I think for me, I had never had a father growing up, so I was only, just being raised by my mom, and she said you can do whatever you want, just don't tell nobody you couldn't. And wrestling in high school also developed that mental game. And then, after I lost state championship when I was a senior, I bawled like a baby. I was like, I'm never gonna let another man break me, no matter what it is. So that's how my mental game is like. When I get in, I'm going ham.
I mean, I'm kind of the opposite of him. Like, I grew up without a mom, and I had my dad. So for me, my dad was very tough and taught me to kind of be a very strong-minded female. So it's like, I live by saying that my abilities control my emotions. My emotions don't control my ability. And I feel like I take that with me every single time. Like, my emotions won't make me do something. I'll do something because I want to, and that's my decision.
I think it's really just identifying what you're fighting for. A lot of guys fight. Some guys fight for money. Some guys fight because they like to fight. Once you identify what you fight for, what your vision is, and what your motivation is, it makes it easy to go out there and perform because you got, your family, your wife, your kids, your gym, whatever it is for you. You can visualize those things. You can visualize, what does this victory do for my family? What does it do for my kids? And for me personally, it just motivates me when I don't feel like training, running, sparring, when I don't feel like doing these things. I got the extra motivation to push through. So that's where my mental game comes from. And I think, a lot of people can identify with that.
Cool. Can I come watch the fights with y'all tomorrow ringside?
I don't know. I only think I get one ticket, so that's mine for my butt, not yours.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we have time for one more question. Thanks.
So, for Jessica, you're in an interesting situation in the women's bantamweight division because two of the UFC ranked top 3 are Olympians. And being a striker, how do you see that as something to look ahead to, regardless of who wins next? Both of them are top level, lifetime training grapplers. And then for Tyrone, how do you see the division now that GSP's gone? Does it look like everyone has a better chance and that the belt's going to jump around? So.
I think it's awesome that all 3 of them women have accomplished something at such a high level. But it doesn't mean that just because I don't hold a gold medal or I didn't go to the Olympics doesn't mean I don't possess the tools to be an amazing fighter or to be the best in the world. So I mean, yes, I guess for some other people maybe looking on the outside it might look scary, but for me, I mean, it's just a medal. I mean, I understand that. Like, I mean, I've been through things in my life. Like, I've trained hard for many years. Like, to me, I'm a gold medalist in MMA. Like, regardless of what anyone else wants to say, like, to me, I'm a superstar, and I'm the best, and just as they do too. But I don't need, I don't need that to perform at a top level or to feel great about myself like I've accomplished something. Because being in the UFC goes without saying that you have accomplished something very high. Thanks, guys.
But GSP GSP being there, he was never seen to me as an unbeatable foe. He was never seen as somebody that was sitting on a division that was unbeatable. So when he left, it really didn't change anything for me. My path is to be the champion. Anybody in my path, it's my job to destroy them. So for me, he was at the end of the path. Now, if it's Johnny Hendricks or Robbie, somebody's at the end of the path. It's not the person, it's a status. It's about being the champion. It's about having the status of being the best in the world. And he was in that position, but to me, it didn't change when he left because to me, he was never unbeatable. I visualized that fight a million times, and I visualized myself winning that fight. So for me, if that's his choice, that's his choice. He's done great things in the sport. He was probably one of the greatest champions we had in the last 10 years, and I think he did wonders for the sport. And if this is his choice, this is his choice.
Awesome, thanks. I think you're all great fighters. I'm a big fan.
I don't know if you noticed, but when he said anybody in my path I destroy, I stepped back. I'm not in the way there. All right, so listen, we got a couple of winners. The guy in the red shirt, bald, I thought you had a great question about his weaknesses. The other guy in the plaid shirt, Anybody that can remember that his jaw was swollen after a fight is okay in my book, because I can't remember any of that stuff. All right, so you guys at the end of the here will come down. I'll give you my card. Ladies and gentlemen, Demetrius Johnson, Jessica Ives.